Hi, this is my video response to the media fast and media immersion assignment, and I'm going to begin with the media fast. So when I first read about having to partake in the media fast, I'm not going to lie, I was a bit worried. I am the sort of person that kind of always has the phone to hand. I do text quite a lot. Um, so I knew that the fast day would be really difficult for me. Um, I didn't realise how much, like, when I first thought about it, I automatically thought about more of the new forms of media that I wouldn't be allowed to use, such as like the internet, my laptop, my phone. And then when it came down to it, like, you can't read a magazine, you can't read posters, like everything like that you don't realise, which meant that I had pretty much no entertainment the whole day, which meant that it was quite a long one. So I gave my phone to my flatmate because I knew I wouldn't have the willpower to be able to keep it in my room for the whole day. I would have definitely given up. So she took my phone, and the morning was the longest morning ever. Luckily, I didn't get up till quite late, so I slept through like half the morning. Um, but after that, I spent ages doing small tasks such as cooking lunch, painting my nails. Like, my room had never been so tidy since I arrived. So um, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was lost for things to do. I decided to go to the gym, so I went swimming, and obviously at the gym there's posters up. Like, I didn't even realise I'd come across that, so I'd automatically failed just by going to the gym. But it was totally inevitable that I was going to come across that media. Um, Even with like things in my room, like that are branded, it's like my straighteners, GHD, like that can be seen as a form of media. So it's really difficult when it comes to whether you did the fast well or not, because different people do class different things as media. Like, there's no fine line drawn between what is and what isn't media. So that was one of the problems that I faced when it came to, am I doing this right? Um, so yeah, I was struggling, and I took to speaking to my flatmates because I had nothing else to do. But even going into their rooms, like, they've usually got the laptop open, like usually on social networking or something like that. So I had to make sure that they wasn't on that. Or like, one of my flatmates was looking at his phone and laughed at something on Twitter and went to show me. And like, normally I'd like, we'd all look and we'd all laugh, but you you are somewhat excluded when you can't look at the media. So the fast day was so boring. I don't think I wouldn't enjoy doing it again. Um, after the fast was over, then I got my phone back. I'd had like 13 texts or something like that from just not even having my phone for one day. Like, I wasn't even replying to these people. Um, and Facebook notifications. Um, you do, like, people need, you need your phone. Well, I think I do. Um, yeah, the fast was difficult and I didn't enjoy it. Um, but it was a huge realization to me how much I am reliant on media every day, every hour, because there isn't much to do that doesn't involve some form of media, even if it isn't like something like on my laptop or something, like reading a magazine. There's adverts, the stories, they're all counted as media. So yeah, the media fasting was a difficult one. Okay, so moving on to the media immersion day. This day was miles easier. Although it was like, because you do encounter so many different forms of media in a day. Um, like, several times an hour. Writing down every piece I encountered like was the most difficult part. I felt like I spent more time writing it down than I was like being immersed in the media. So so yeah, I was reunited with my phone, so being able to talk to my friends and family, that was nice, especially since coming to uni when like you can't see them as much. But when I was able to text as well, I realised like how much I text pointlessly. Um, I'll be in my room like literally facing my friend, and I'll text her instead of go out and knock on a door, which I had to do yesterday during the fast. So like like that made me realise that I do like overuse the media. Like yeah, it's useful for communication with people when they're further away, but it is a bit pointless sometimes. Like sending a text to someone literally less than like 10 meters away. At the end of the immersion day, I actually counted up how many text messages I'd sent in the day, and I'd sent 150, which is probably a number bigger than it usually would be, just because it was the day after the fast, and it was like I had my phone back. It was like great, but still, like 150 text messages, and I'm sure probably over 50 of them carried no real meaning at all, and they was just being stupid or just yeah. So that was like seeing that figure just made me realise that I've come I've become so reliant on being able to do that like no wonder I found the fast so hard. Um, as well, during the immersion day, I went to a lecture. So during the walk to the lecture, I saw the posters and stuff on campus. So all of those counted as media, but I didn't even like. I started by like thinking about it and like counting how many there were, but because there's so many, I just got lost and kind of forgot that I was actually like meant to be marking down all the forms of media I was seeing, because you are so used to seeing all this on a day-to-day basis. So like by the time I'd got to my lecture, I'd totally forgotten that I was actually like taking in all the media. During the lecture, I like obviously the PowerPoint counts as a form of media, and she used a book extract as well in the lecture, which is another form. So like during the fast day, I couldn't like I wouldn't have been able to go to like I wouldn't have been able to take part in my normal like lifestyle, because like things at uni, obviously a lot of it includes media. Being this age, like our lifestyles do revolve around media, and so during the immersion day, like I was able to get on with my normal day-to-day like my normal daily routine, which was nice. So yeah, the immersion, writing down everything was difficult, but the immersion day was so much better than the fast day, and it does make like you realise a lot that our lives, we are surrounded by media, and it's actually inevitable to avoid it. Okay, so I'm just going to make a few concluding points after partaking in the fast and the immersion. Um, After doing both the tasks, I can see why people are choosing to move away from like social networking sites. Like people are choosing to get off Facebook, to not use Twitter, um, because we are becoming so reliant upon media. Um, I believe that media is a great thing. It's beneficial to everyone in one way or another, whether it be for communication, like across countries, or even just to your friends, um, or if it's for studying, gaining knowledge, stuff like that. So, in a way, it does have its benefits to everyone, but I can see why people are choosing to become less reliant upon it, um, by like doing the detoxes or like taking myself off a social networking site, because all these things that like the media's given us, they are distractions in life. So I can see why people choose to do it, but like I personally wouldn't. I do check like my Twitter and Facebook quite a lot, but with my media fast, what I missed the most was just my phone. Like texting basically. That was my biggest thing. So I think after the fast, like I'll think more about what I choose to text, because I shouldn't be so reliant upon my mobile phone. Like I've done it for a day, like I've took a whole day without it, so I know that like I'll be able to manage using it less. So yeah, thank you for listening.